Imagine a fish, row full of razor-sharp teeth, absolutely mean-tempered, hunts in packs, and will rip anything apart that you put in the aquarium. Oh, and only gets to be about this size. Let me show you the new fish. The exodon, specifically the exodon paradoxus. Its common name, the buck-toothed tetra. Don't let the name tetra confuse you, thinking that these are a peaceful community fish like most tetras are. To give you a visual example, to change your mind, let me show you what happens when we drop some food in this tank that is meaty in nature. Wasn't that insane? They absolutely swarm it and tear it apart. Any type of meat I put in this tank, they'll eat it. These guys were eating day one. Now, these guys are from South America, as a lot of characins actually are, and they're actually in the family with piranhas. Piranhas being one of my first fish. It was technically the first fish I ever kept in the hobby about 16 years ago. During my time with piranhas, I realized that they are nothing what they were all built up to be. They're not vicious, they were rather boring, skittish, shy. They had teeth, of course, but they're just not what you think they are in the movies. If I were to take all the rumors about piranhas and instill it into one fish, it would be the exodon. These guys are nasty, mouthful of teeth, they'll attack anything, and this is a tank I am never going to put my hands in. Unless, of course, you guys challenge me to. All of that mighty nature into a small fish. These guys only get to about 3 inches. Some of them seemingly are full grown at this point. Others have a ways to go. However, they can get up to about 5 inches. That's probably going to be doubtful in the home aquarium, but they have been seen at rather large sizes. On the topic of being seen, this is my first time ever seeing these guys in person. You see, like I said, when I was keeping piranhas, during your research of a specific fish, you'll come across a ton of other fish that are related to the fish you're interested in, and they might pique your interest. That was these guys for me. I absolutely fell in love with them and had to immediately have them. Could never find them though. Not only are these a seasonal and difficult to find fish, they can be rather expensive as well, ranging from $8 to $20, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, depending on where you live in the world. But I could never find them. However, I seen them recently and I absolutely had to have them. I got them all, 45 of them, which is okay in a 120-gallon aquarium. With the sump system that I have on it, increases the water volume and can handle this bio load absolute ease. Now, being introduced to these guys from the piranha world, I was used to piranhas having, I kept red belly piranhas, which had a little bit of red on the belly, but the rest of the body was silver, and that was pretty much it. So to my delight, when I seen these guys in pictures, I realized, hey, we could have some really colorful predators like the piranha in a much smaller size and put them in much smaller aquariums. Just look at their appearance though. Their body is somewhat green on top, more of a silvery iridescence throughout the rest. Very dark, deep black dots on the base of their tail as well as the midsection, and that is surrounded by an iridescent yellowish orange. Their dorsal and tail fins are also adorned with a bit of that coloration as well, and their jawline is just really incredible. I love it. Whenever you see a fish like this, reminds me of like a little bulldog or something. You just have an immediate respect for what might be in that mouth. It just looks like they got a bite on them, and boy, do these guys do. Now, an Exodon tank, in my opinion, is probably best as a species-only tank where you keep only one species of fish. I find that they display better, they act more natural, and of course, with these guys with larger numbers, you get that frenzy when they're feeding, which is just darn right cool. I've really enjoyed feeding them. Some will argue that you can keep 3 to 5 in an aquarium with others. But again, these are a mean fish. They're not going to be friendly to other fish in most cases. They can go after other fish. They can kill each other. The more the merrier type of deal with these guys. But really, they don't need a massive aquarium. If you did go with the 5 to like 7, I would go probably minimum 10 just so you can actually enjoy them. In something like a 30-gallon tank or maybe a 55-gallon tank, you can go 20, something along those lines. But for decor, you're probably going to want to go bare bottom just because these guys are a predator eating a lot of meaty items. Water quality will be difficult to combat. They interact at nothing with the substrate at all, so not having a substrate is not going to hurt. It's going to increase water quality and make maintenance a heck of a lot easier. For decor, it's really up to you. As you can see, these guys are not shy at all. We got bright lights, cameras, and I'm over here waving around. These guys don't care at all. These are an extremely confident and outgoing fish. So you could have a completely bare aquarium, but obviously you might want something a little more visually appealing. So I added a couple of logs. This is just manzanita wood branches, just to add as visual blocks. Being so many, I don't want any one to be picked off, because as soon as one is weakened, they'll probably kill it, just like a lot of piranhas do sometimes. I do notice that there are some, there's a hierarchy being established. There's the biggest one in here is kind of bossing everybody around, but because of the numbers, they're able to get out of the way and diffuse that aggression, so no real problems just yet. But again, only been a few days. But these guys are definitely like nano monsters, only staying so small, yet being so aggressive and so capable of ripping something apart. They definitely need to get a little bit more respect than your average Tetra tank would. And I was really excited to introduce you, many of you guys, to this fish, because I know a lot of you will never have heard of it, simply because it's not all that common. I cannot stop looking at their teeth, wondering what I can feed them next. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed these fish. I never planned on getting them. They were never in the plans because I never thought I would find them. Although I'll admit that I did want to have an Exodon tank out here. Didn't mean I was going to be able to find them, but so I bought these as soon as I seen them and they became the secret fish. I hope they didn't disappoint you guys. I don't think they will. And if they do, I actually went fish shopping lately and got some other fish for some more tanks, and I think you guys are going to love them. So if you're not subscribed to this channel yet, you want to see more on this tank and watch it develop, as well as see some of the new fish and other things that I'm working on, make sure that you're subscribed if you're not already. All right, so I'm back here at my local fish store, One Fish, Two Fish in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. He's got some fish for me, but he also told me he got a bunch of new fish, which you guys know could be potentially dangerous for me. So I'll probably get a lot more than I'm here for.